Hi there, I am Liz with Simply Delicious Baking, and in this video we are making pumpkin cranberry bread. Folks, pumpkins and cranberries, these guys are a dynamic duo of deliciousness. Now, this recipe is simply this. It is pumpkin or pumpkin puree in this case, all your favorite pumpkin spices, and cranberries baked to deliciousness in a loaf pan. Now y'all, best of all, this recipe is super easy to make. It is really simple to put together, and it is great for your fall baking and especially your holiday baking. So let's bake some up. But first of all, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and there is a link to the recipe below in the description. For this recipe, you will need 3 cups of sugar, 4 eggs, 1 cup of oil, 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree, not pumpkin pie filling, a half cup of orange juice or water, 3 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon plus 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice, 2 teaspoons baking soda, 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, and 1 cup sweetened dried cranberries, or 1 cup fresh or frozen cranberries. Now, before we actually start baking, there's 3 things I want to let you know. First of all, I want to reiterate, do not use pumpkin pie filling. Pumpkin pie filling has sugar and all the pumpkin spices, which you put in the recipe. We don't want to double dose on those. That will not, I repeat, not make for a good pumpkin bread. Now, number 2, the recipe calls for a cup of cranberries, and that's fine. However, if you really like cranberries, you're going to want to use a cup and a half of cranberries. Number 3, toss your cranberries in a tablespoon of flour before putting them in the batter. This is going to keep your cranberries from sinking to the bottom while the bread is baking. Now, let's jump back to the recipe. To make our pumpkin cranberry bread, we're going to start by preheating our oven to 350 degrees. We're then going to grease and flour 2 loaf pans or spray them with baking spray. For this, I am using a basic loaf pan and a decorative loaf pan. Both of these are from Nordic Ware. Now, to begin, mix together 3 cups of sugar, 1 cup of oil, and 4 eggs. I am going to be using a mixer, but this can all be done by hand. Next, we're going to add our pumpkin puree and mix. Then, set these ingredients aside. In a separate bowl, combine your 3 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon plus 2 teaspoons pumpkin pie spice, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. Mix those dry ingredients together, and then add them in to your wet ingredients. Once that is mixed well, mix in your half cup of orange juice or water. Then you're going to fold in your 1 cup of cranberries. Next, pour or spoon your batter into your 2 prepared loaf pans. Bake this at 350 for an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. Depending on your oven, it might even need to go a little bit longer. Folks, have mercy. This is so delicious. The warm fall pumpkin spices in this and the cranberries are amazing. You have just got to make it. I plead with you, you have got to make it. It's so easy and delicious. Really, it's pumpkin spice. It's everything nice. Now, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe. Remember, there's a link to this recipe in the description below. And one more thing. Peace, love, and pumpkin. Happy baking.